This is the first in a series of subjects in a video and perhaps later live format to communicate the mystery gospel. You might be thinking, I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. I've heard the gospel. I know what the gospel is. I've been in church all my life. Well, then keep listening, because whether you've been to church all your life, or once, or never, whether you believe otherwise, or believe nothing, I can guarantee you've never heard the mystery. You can find us on the internet at seethemystery.org or the See the Mystery YouTube channel. And I'm your mystery preacher, Emery Green, and this is the Mystery School. So what is this mystery, and how important is it? Let's find out. The Apostle Paul said that the mystery isn't an explanation of Christian faith or a commentary. We have 2,000 years of libraries of commentaries and still multiple denominations to show for them. It isn't the historical account of the four gospel writers or a Christian behavior standard. Rather, it is the gospel. There are a couple of initial things about this mystery that interest us. If we look up the original word there in Greek, we find Strong's Concordance definition, number 3466, mysterion, if you want to find out. It means something hidden or not fully manifest, not something unknowable, just something out of sight. This is something more than just an intriguing book or a television show or a movie to idly watch for entertainment. It's attached to something valuable, like a treasure hunt. More than once in his parables, Jesus presented what he brought as a hidden treasure waiting to be found, if the effort is made. In Matthew 13:46, he compared it to a pearl of great price, worth every material piece of wealth you can muster. So this mystery represents something very valuable. Think of your biggest life dream and multiply it. In fact, think bigger than your multiplied life dream. Think of your life. More than once the prize has been put before us. In Deuteronomy 30, verse 15, see, I have set before you today life and good, and death and evil. Well, that's pretty direct. If you ever expect to experience death, this is for you. If you don't, you're likely deceived or in denial. Either way, stay tuned. But it's an extended prize, something to pass on to your children. Deuteronomy 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both you and your descendants may live. And it's extended in a spiritual dimension. John 8:51. Verily, verily, I say to you, if a man keep my saying, he shall never see death. Never? There have been a lot of funerals over the last 2,000 years. That's an eternal dimension he's talking about. So as we continue, let's be accurate. This is not a mystery. This is the mystery of life, the mystery of your life. It sounds like a simple either-or choice, door A or door B. But assumptions, arguments, and religion have made it complicated in practice. So let's make it simple. It's not something locked away or buried in some unknown location with only some cryptic scribbles on a piece of paper passed through unknown hands to use for clues. Paul earnestly desired that everyone would clearly understand the mystery and experience it, making that his mission statement. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 9, to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world has been hid in God, who created all things by Jesus Christ. That's my mission too. Fellowship is something that joins people together. This mystery can join people to God. Some people don't believe they need any connection to God. Some don't want one. Some don't know that you can have one. It's still a mystery to many. but it won't be to you, I trust. Something interesting. The translated word mystery, or the plural mysteries, is only used in the New Testament, 3 times by Jesus in gospel accounts, and all the others by Paul in his epistles, except by John, which is 4 times, and in Revelation, with only 1 that's of interest to our subject. In fact, this mystery is rather unique to Paul in that he calls it his gospel. In Romans 16:25, now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel and preaching of Jesus Christ, according to the revelation of the mystery, which was kept secret since the world began. There's at least one foundational reason for this seemingly special status. Several places, Paul notes that he is the apostle to the Gentiles, while Peter was an apostle to the Jews. Romans 11:13, Paul writes, for I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am an apostle to the Gentiles, I magnify my ministry. Romans 15:16, that I might be a minister of Jesus Christ to the Gentiles. And Galatians 2:8, for he who worked effectively in Peter for the apostleship to the circumcised, that is, the Jewish audience, also worked effectively in me toward the Gentiles. And 2 Timothy 1:11, to which I was appointed a preacher, an apostle, and a teacher of the Gentiles. In fact, although the apostles early on concluded that salvation was also for the Gentiles, remember that sheet was brought down from heaven to Peter in a vision, and the centurion family that was saved and filled with the Holy Spirit, the apostles still discussed what parts of the law Gentile believers might have to observe. Some Jewish factions resisted until Paul took his message to the Gentiles in Acts 28:28. This brings us to a signpost verse from Peter's epistles. In 2 Peter 3, verse 15 and 16, speaking of Paul's teachings, as also our beloved brother Paul, according to the wisdom given to him, has written to you, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them these things, in which are some things hard to understand, which untaught and unstable people twist to their own destruction, as they do also the rest of Scriptures. So even then, what Paul taught was accepted as valid, but hard for the traditional religious mind to understand, a continuing condition, even today. There's a central reason for this resistance, misunderstanding, and confusion: revelation. From the world's perspective, the mystery makes no sense, because the world sees only the material played out on the stage of the 5 senses, not knowing what goes on behind the backdrop curtain. Until the final act is finished, the only way to know the full script is to have the author tell you, by revelation. In Galatians 1:12, Paul writes again, for I neither received it, that is the mystery gospel, from man, nor was I taught it, but it came through the revelation of Jesus Christ. In Galatians 2:2, and I went up by revelation and communicated to them that the gospel which I preach among the Gentiles, but privately to those who were of reputation, lest by any means I might run or had run in vain. In Ephesians 3:3 and 4, how that by revelation he made known to me the mystery, as I have briefly written already, by which when you read you may understand my knowledge in the mystery of Christ, which in other ages was not made known to the sons of men, as it has now been revealed by the Spirit to his holy apostles and prophets. Why? Well, in Daniel 12, verse 4, but you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal up the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Plainly, there are some things that have been sealed until the time immediately before Jesus' return. Even during his ministry, Jesus told his disciples there were many things he wanted to tell them, but they could not bear them yet. Well, revelation is progressive. So come back for the next segments, and we'll find out why was it secret, if it's so necessary. We're going to progressively see and understand the mystery. Peel back the layers of the onion, if you will. Where are we going with this? Well, Jesus said, you must be born again. So this mystery is the details of your supernatural conception. So don't miss any of these parts. It may not be a professional graphics, but it is supernatural. I'm your mystery preacher, and this is the Mystery School at seethemystery.org. Visit us there and get the book, Crippled Christianity, The Last Church Age Revelation, and have a supernatural day.